Ating alamin at silipin ang market for today and what does Bitcoin and the rest of the alt and cryptocurrency is saying. Gamitin natin ang charts and technical analysis upang malaman ang sentiments and how we could navigate and maximize in short term and in long term. Tara na, samahan niyo ako for today.
This is Healthy Minds giving you bites and pieces of crypto news.
Welcome back again sa ating channel. So we'll be talking about tons of things for today. Of course, we would like to know what's the sentiments of the market, including the chart analysis of Bitcoin and additional altcoins on the line. So feel free to comment down below if you would like to add additional altcoins that you would like also to be featured on our channel. So to begin with, as we all know, we are into on-chain analysis. So tignan natin ano nga bang update for the past weeks. So from here, I would like to bring our attention to the Bitcoin data, exchanges, net position change on all exchanges. So as you can see here, to simplify this chart, the outflow right now of Bitcoin from all exchanges going out of the exchanges is showing a big significance. This big volume here showing that they're trying to withdraw and transfer this Bitcoin perhaps on their personal storage or other accounts that they're holding. But basically, these are Bitcoins going out of exchanges. It means that they don't have any plan of selling it in short term. In relation to that, we could also see here on the person's Bitcoin or person balance on exchange, just that the Bitcoin supply is actually going down in reference to the climbing amount of Bitcoin for quite some time now. It's if you're going to check Bitstamp for the last 10 straight days, we are in a green. Let me check this. Yeah, so you can see for the last 10 days we had our straight green, but lately it seems like we just face our resistance at around 42,000 level. This is what I'm mentioning for the past few weeks now, that in between the 42,000 down to 28,000 are all noise. If we're going to check my Binance account using the LiQWYD, let's try to show this in weekly using the logarithmic. You could see here that we are trying to discover which is the wave 4, but looks like that so far the bottom is around the 2800 level, or I mean 28,000 level. And from there, we will see if this will continue to break. And from there, we could finalize that, yes, indeed, this is really the fourth wave of this count. But so far, 42,000 is acting a strong resistance. What we are expecting is actually, once we try to found another support, perhaps around 35,000, 36,000, is finally breakthrough on this 42,000 resistance. Probably we might reach around 48,000 before we try to raise back again. And perhaps this is a good support if we will find the 42,000 will act as support, and then finally move again for another run of our bulls up to 60,000 and then perhaps back to 50,000. Perhaps, and from there we could run again to our peak wave, which is we're trying to discover right now. But nevertheless, before we dive in, a deep dive here on Bitcoin, I would like also to show the other platforms and tools that we could use for navigating this market. And as you can see in the crypto greed and fear index, previously we showed this last time that it went down up to 17-18%. If I'm not mistaken, if I still remember this last time, but now we are showing in neutral at 48 level. On top of that, if we're going to check our coin market cap, you will see here that we are now back again to almost $1.6 trillion. It went down to 1.1, around 1 trillion before we push back, and it seems like the money again is flowing back in the market. Along with that, we could try here that the Bitcoin dominance is back to 46%. Of course, if we could see the confidence, if they will continue to go down, it means that the flow of funds and assets might also go to altcoins. And just like what we explained during the bull market, the one characteristic of the market, if this Bitcoin or if Bitcoin is continue to move up, the altcoins might lag a bit, but finally it will move faster and higher, resulting to bigger gains. At the same time, if Bitcoin is running in a sideways action and the resistance and the support is well defined, then obviously we could expect that the alts will continue to do the run, given that we have a clear resistance and support. But of course, if Bitcoin will try to plummet, we could also expect that this out will definitely run down much faster and in a bigger rate plus percentage. But right now, we are still running in the sideways. Checking the rest of the crypto market cap, you will see here that for the last 7 days, Bitcoin is up by almost 1.5%, Ethereum at almost 11%. We have Binance at almost 3.5%, Cardano at almost 7%, XRP at 12.5%, almost around that. But of course, there are some coins here that are in red, like the Dogecoin, which is down for almost 2.3%. We got Polkadot that up by 24%, almost 24% here. Solana at almost 23.4%. So far, we are good for the past 7 days. And as we all knew, Bitcoin just ran for the last 10 days in green since July 21st. And for the last 4 days, today, seems like we are still having a correction and finding a support. What we are expecting again is use and get this support at the range of 35,000. Let's see what the Fibonacci is telling us, measuring this. Yeah, so if we will go down to 35,000 range, we will hit the 0.5 and the Fibonacci. And if we will go down to the golden pocket, we might even go down to around 33,000, 34,000 before we could look for another possible bounce up. But looking also, measuring this from top to bottom, here down to this one, so far we hit the 0.38% in Fibonacci. At the same time, the 42,000 acts as a strong resistance. We could also notice here in the diagonal but that we able to somehow create this range that we really need to hope before we could move on this channel. So what else do we have? Let me show this whale. For quite some time now, for the past weeks, we always show what does this whale is doing, and perhaps we could utilize also on how we could navigate this market. But obviously, last July 28th, it took profit at around 39 9,000. At the same time, almost 38,000. It took also some profit. But currently, Bitcoin is still showing a strong move, and we're holding at 38,000 plus. So there's a big possibility that, let's try to check in lower time frame at 4 hours. So in 4 hours, we already broke this lower up, this higher low. Previously, last July 21st, it was created. But today, we created a lower low. So the 4 hours is definitely changing, and looks like we are trying to step on the bear move again. But just like I mentioned, measuring this, currently we just tested the 0.30 or 382 fib. So this might act as support. Let's see if this will continue to hold on. And if not, the next expected support we are looking is the 36,000. And again, if that will continue to move down, the next strong support I could consider is the 34,000 range. If this will continue to be break, which is going to be another story, definitely what we could expect is a lower downfall. This 32 up to 28,000 might be reached again. Probably 30,000 will have a strong support from there. Right now, that's what the chart is showing us. We also notice in 1 hour that looks like we are starting to create a bullish divergence. If you will notice this downward action, the price is moving down 1 hour. In our RSI, we could see here the price is actually moving up. So in comparison, we are creating a divergence here. This could actually help us see that there's a big possibility that from here it will bounce now upward. The thing is, if this will act again as a resistance, the 40,000 range, before we could move up again to test the 42,000. So far, that's what we could see. But right now, it's already showing us an indicator that this in 1 hour range might provide us a bounce back to the bull sentiments. Meanwhile, in Ethereum, you could see here if Bitcoin actually lasted for 9 days straight. Ethereum actually gave us 12 days straight in green. So definitely there's a stronger bullish move when it comes to Ethereum. And checking it, we already expected that there will be a resistance on this 2,600 range up to 2,000, almost 2,700. If we're going to check the Fibonacci extension, you could see here that we almost hit the 0.382 again, and it's acting as resistance as of the moment. So what are we expecting? Currently, we are in a daily time frame. So we just tested the 2.36 fib. If we're going to go to the lower time frame in 4 hours, so from here we could see that this act as a resistance before, now acting as a support at 2,400. At the same time, it's acting as support right now. So if this will break, the next support level that we're checking is the 2,200. here, you could also see that you already show a weakness in the movement. While the price is moving up, this rate, it shows also that the RSI just created a bearish divergence. So that's one of the possible cause also, and the indicator shows us that we have this movement. We just have this. Why does we have this move, this downward movement here? What are we expecting for Ethereum? Well, there are lots of fundamental news going on Ethereum, so most probably this will continue to push upward, since, as I said, one characteristic of the crypto market is if Bitcoin have a well-defined support and resistance, alts will continue to move up. And since Bitcoin just made a huge run and the alts are a bit lagger, still the upward movement might continue. Checking the other alts on Litecoin, currently in 4 hours time frame. He actually broke this channel already that was created, so seems like we just made a pennant and broke to the upside. So we might actually test this as support, or maybe we might even try to test again this up to 120, 125 range. From here, we could expect a strong bounce again, and hopefully the 145, 150 range will be broken. If we're going to check the fib, currently we are testing the 0.236, and we're going to work as the resistance in daily. We still have a long way to go for the fib. Litecoin is a bit weak compared to other coins like Bitcoin. So if this will be broken, we could expect right away a run to this next level, which is the 175 range up to 185 range. So that will be our next expectation for Litecoin if this move will continue. But as I said, there's a big possibility also that we will test the 130 range, even the 125 range, or we will go down to the golden pocket at 120 range, 119 range. Next alt is Cardano. So I know that most of our viewers also have a Cardano holders. Checking the 1-day time frame. So you can see after we broke this downward channel, we tested this back, and now we are trying to move back again upward. But as we expect, this 130 or 1.35 range acts right now as a resistance, but looks like we are breaking it, and in 4 hours we're attempting to break this again. Cardano is showing a stronger move compared to Bitcoin and even at Ethereum. As you can see, it's holding this previous resistance and now might act as a support. In 1R, this might actually act now as a support. So far, we're good. Even in RSI, we're showing strength. But obviously, we just experienced a double tap on this range. Now we're trying to test it again. Yeah. So next target is the 1.45, 1.4. Do another measurement using our field. We're still playing at the 0.236. So there's a big possibility that we might reach the 1.55, 1.5 level. I'm actually holding KuCoin, one of my platforms that I use, since KuCoin is giving a dividend, actually daily dividend. So besides from having a discount on every trade that you do in KuCoin, if you're a KCS holder, using their platform, they automatically gives you a daily dividend when it comes to the entire profit in computing it to the percentage of KCS you are holding. So I guess this is one good coin also for long term. Of course, you always have to do your own diligence. But right now we are playing on the $10 range. We created already a support here. Obviously, you can see that we are holding on this range. 9.5 points. Checking this move from top to bottom. Oh wow, this is really a good move. We just tested the golden ratio and now we are trying to break the 0.5 fib. And if this will continue, the next expected move that we would like to see from KuCoin is to test this 11 up to 12.5 dollars. KuCoin is showing a strong move. In one day, yeah, we just defined this strong resistance at the $14 range. But basically, right now, you will see that we are creating a higher low. And on RSI, everything seems good. Yeah, nothing alarming. Let's go down to 1R again. Let's see if there will be any divergence. We're showing some hidden bullish divergence. Yeah, so that's one of the cause why it's moving upward now. But let's see up to where this could move, because looks like this range might act as a strong resistance, the 10.6, 10.7 range. Well, if we break that, then we are expecting to have this next target here. Yeah, if we break this 10.6, 10.7 range, we are expecting 11 and 12.5 up to 12.5 target. Let's see what's VeChain have. VeChain created this downward channel, so we still need to break this, and currently it's acting a strong resistance. But if you're going to measure it, VeChain already moved up to 65%, 62%, and then currently it's up by 51% since July 21st. So VeChain also had a huge run, but basically from the top we still have a long way to go. And measuring it through Fibonacci, we still haven't tested the 0.36 fib. And what we're expecting is we might have a strong resistance on this area at 0.14 range. But VeChain is a bit weaker compared to other alts. Kusama, perhaps this is the last altcoin that we might check for today. Currently, we created a triple top, and we have this channel, downward channel. Kusama is also showing a bit weakness, but the good thing with Kusama, he was able to find a strong support on this range as well at 145. Measuring this movement top to bottom, we actually tested the 0.78 pivot. Now we're attempting to bounce on this range. We try to test the golden ratio at 234, 235. So in linear, we might expect a strong resistance on this. In addition to this downward movement through log, but if we're going to move it back to linear, almost the same, yeah. So we might hit this part again. That's it for today. If you guys have to add your altcoins to be featured on your channel, feel free to comment down below, and let's talk about the next move of cryptocurrency. Once again, this is Henry, Healthy Minds. Thank you and ciao.
This is Healthy Minds reminding you that we're not a financial advisor, so always do your own diligence.